Why they keep attracting people who they have to fix, who they need to fix, I want to make them better. I want to make them better. And so what happens is, but what we don't realize is the person that has the need to make them better needs to be better, because that need in them is what's driving them. And then that need allows them to get with broken people after broken person, because they're saying, I gotta fix it. I gotta fix them. I gotta fix them because it gives me something. Now, we don't do anything. Every human being does things for one or two reasons, either because it gives them pleasure or it helps them avoid pain, right? It is giving this person pleasure to want to fix the person. But in the end, sometimes, a lot of times it doesn't work though, Rico. You know why it doesn't work? Because they realize, I gotta fix you.
Yeah.
And a lot of times they don't figure it out till it's too late.
A person who has the need and they find it amazing to fix somebody that's broken could potentially not feel or have the same value for that person once they're fixed, because their love
that's so
is
true.
fixing.
Yes.
So I can't treat you with the same love when you're fixed and whole versus when you're broken, because I find you being broken amazing.
That is so profound what you just said.
When the project is over, then what?
Then what?
Because now I can't get my need met.
Yep.
I have this emotional need, and there's a book I read that is amazing, called His Needs, Her Needs. And in this book, I've read it 3 times, but I realized something, that when relationships fail, what the relationship essentially is an unwritten contract that says, I am going to meet your emotional need. That's what the written contract. And y'all ever notice how when the relationship go awry, what'd you say? They ain't meet my needs no more. They're not meeting my needs, right? And so this unwritten contract simply says that if you and I are in a relationship, my goal is to attempt to meet your emotional need. When the person ceases to believe that you want to meet their emotional needs, you know what they say? I'm out.
Yeah,
that's what they say. Because now whether it's real or imaginary, they believe that you no longer want to meet their needs. Now the problem with that is the other person may not even know what your needs are. And if you've never communicated what those needs are, how can they know?
They can't.
How can they know?
Absolutely.
That's just my thing.
So my perspective is exactly yours. And that was actually going to be my question to you, is what does that person, the person who needs that validation, what is their work? Because they're looking for something, and I'm gonna read this, but I want to ask the question first. Like, they're looking for something, they're looking for the validation or what have you, but what is the work that they need to do to fill that void that makes them desirous of having to fix other people?
I'm gonna go to you, Law. What do you think motivates some men to take on a rescuer role in their romantic relationships?
Because I feel like, you know what I'm saying, and I'll be honest, so that's not something I've never really had the desire to fix broken people like that. Yeah, but I've also never really been in that situation. But when I see others doing it, I feel like maybe it's because they are, like I said, fulfilling their own needs. You know what I mean? If you trying to, you know, fix something that's broken, you getting gratification on seeing the changes in it. You know, some people want to do that. I'm cool without the baggage, though. You know what I mean? I'd just rather not deal with it. But you see a lot of cats try and come and swoop them up and, you know, take care of all her previous mistakes and make an honest woman and all that. So some people get a kick out of it, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna go to you, Sherm. Same question. What do you think motivates some men to take on a rescuer role in romantic relationships?
Well, I feel like it has to be something that, first of all, attracts him to that woman and wants to deal with that woman. So figuring out what that is like the first key, because I don't feel like a man is, a man isn't a nurturer to me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not like a nurturing type of guy. I look at that as like a feminine type of thing. So a guy wanting to fix a woman, I personally have never seen that ever in my life. It's more so like, man, this girl, she crazy, but she a freak. You know what I'm saying? She crazy, but she fine, or she this, but she could do this. You know what I mean? It was always some other driving excuse that will like, make a man want to deal with a woman that may be broken. But doing it to like fix her, I have never came across anything like that. So while I was watching the video, it was kind of confusing to me. I feel like more so a woman being a nurturer will try to fix a man. But the other way around, maybe it's like those guys' personal experience where they will be like, I'm a fix a broken woman. But one thing I do know is that a man should guide a woman and show her the right way and teach her and give her wisdom, first and foremost. But I don't feel like that is trying to fix her. It's just like, look, baby, if you're around me, you're going to boss up in your life regardless. I'm going to give you some game. I'm going to give you wisdom. I'm going to give you this, that, and the third. So that's my whole perspective of that.
All right. I'm going to go to you, Darwin. How does the rescuer mentality impact the dynamics of a relationship, especially for the woman involved?
Well, I think for the woman, if a man comes into her life and rescue her or fix her, I think it has a huge impact on the relationship as far as respect and appreciation. Because if you take someone from their lowest point or with their flaws, and you're able to apply something that can make them better, so they can perform or they can activate something inside themselves that lean towards the best interest of the relationship for the couple, I think you get a massive amount of respect from a woman if a man is able to do that. And I think what motivates men to be able to do that, motivates men to want to do that in the first place, is being able to, through your life and experience, to be able to tack on the skills to be able to deal with women that are broken and recognize that just like us men, we come from homes, we come from situations and experiences that disenfranchise from being able to be compatible or be fit for a relationship. So being able to have some type of grace or courtesy for a woman, and having the skill to be able to work with a woman, and it'll make her appreciate that. But I was listening to what the gentleman said. I think we just need to know what the problem is and how to make the person aware of it. And if we can do that, and then we can try to team up and try to figure out, together how to fix it if we value our relationship. So I don't think the man necessarily need to be better than the woman. He just need to be able to recognize that the issues that she have can impact the relationship. And hey, look, I'm pointing the finger at it. I'm willing to work with you and fix it. And I believe if men are able to be honest and transparent and communicate that, and women will be respectful and appreciative of it.
All right. Kenny P, I'm coming to you next, sir. Do you think you want to say something, Sweeney? Oh, I thought you hopped off the mic. Kenny, do you think men who try to rescue every woman they date are seeking validation or fulfilling a deeper need?
No, I do not. I actually think they're broken people. They say you attract what you are. Most times, and if it's tattered, you kind of magnetize to it. I can't see somebody who is actively within every relationship seeing something that could possibly be very problematic and toxic down the line, wanting to think that they can wave their magic wand and cure that woman of all her ills. That is foolish, non-aspirational, and you're going to get a lot of more lumps than good results if those are the women that you try to fix. We are responsible as human beings to fix our own selves. So you trying to play a superhero, that's only for the movies. That's Pretty Woman. That's Officer and a Gentleman. That's Tyler Perry, Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Ain't nobody singing no soap. I don't think that's feasible. And before I'm done, hey Sweeney, I apologize. I was out of line last week. And as loud as the offense should be, as loud as the apology, and I have to get it out the way before the show commences. So,
Oh, I appreciate that, bro.
all right.
M. White, I'm coming to you next, sir. You there?
Yeah.
All right. In your experience, how do you typically respond to men who try to play the role of a savior? Or how do women typically respond to men who try to play the role of a savior?
So I think it's dependent on the man and the woman. It's because it's various types of people who do this. It's men who like they'll be in the bust down session, be the last one there, and then they wife the girl at the end of the session, and then they be in a whole relationship with her. And the reason why I think those men do that is, well, the men that I know that have done that, they had the same profiles. They both was in foster care. They both either had very strained relationships with their mom, or they seen their mom in such a vulnerable place due to drugs that they wanted to save her. And when they seen a woman who they thought was in despair, they wanted to save that woman. So a it was an attachment to the need to have wanted to save their mom and seeing their mom in that woman. Is my personal opinion. Um, I also think what Darwin said was true too, but I think it's a limit to that in regards to the return on investment when you invest in somebody that's probably in a position that if you help them out of that, they'll be grateful for that. I tend to lean to within my skill set wanting to work with a woman who has something I know I can like not I wouldn't so broker wouldn't be the right word, but how how Sherm was saying you lead and guide some people. I see the path for them to lead them right up out of it. And it could kind of walk that line of like maybe it was something wrong. Like say it's a self-esteem issue. Man, we could work on that. So I don't know if they considering that broken, but I definitely would help a woman build her self-esteem up. Um I think the example they was providing though was something nefarious because once that person got fixed, they no longer serve the purpose. If I'm trying to fix somebody, it's to make them the best person that they could possibly be. It's not to keep them in a state of needing. It's to build like leaders create leaders. It's to build them to be better and hopefully they could pay it forward. And I try to do that same thing with men a lot of times until it's to my detriment.